In 1890, one of San Diego's early pioneers, Edward Scripps, purchased a ranch. His choice of location was influenced by his desire to have a view of the sea from every vantage point, and he named the ranch Miramar. The lands surrounding the ranch were government lands, used for training military men, and the hills and valleys and sagebrush are filled with the history of American fighting men and echo names of early San Diegans: Jessup, Sherman, Kearny, Elliott, Scripps. Today, our government owns the land encompassing Miramar Ranch and the old Camp Kearny, totaling 15,000 acres. The mission is essentially the same, but the scene has changed considerably and would certainly be awesome to the heroes of 100 years ago if they were to witness Miramar Naval Air Station today.
You're slightly below, coming up on glide path 6 miles to touchdown. On glide path holding, turn right heading 243. On glide path 243, the assigned heading, on course.
Miramar Naval Air Station is the busiest military airport in the country today. The supersonic flying machines have replaced the horse and cannon. Of course, our forefathers knew that the sun shone on Miramar more than any other coastal area in California. But how ironic that they who once trod this land, at the time it was a tent city, home of several thousand infantrymen and 1,000 horses and army mules, would have picked a location so perfectly suited to the jet age. Not long ago, the Navy began to decline in size. Aircraft and equipment were retired. Manpower decreased. Bases were closed. A tightening of the belt. Get rid of the dead wood, yet maintain an effective Navy. In these cost-conscious times, Miramar's role in national defense grows even larger and more vital. She now shoulders a greater responsibility to maintain a first-rate naval air power second to none. The air station plays a leading role in the future national defense picture. One of the Navy's most effective modern elements is the aircraft carrier, and Miramar is home for the Pacific Fleet fighter aircraft. From here, highly skilled Navy pilots maintain their proficiency in the awesome task of finding that needle in a haystack, the aircraft carrier amid the vast Pacific. Miramar Navy pilots also enjoy the close proximity of desert and mountain ranges to practice tactical maneuvers.
I have 15 minutes.
Better hurry. Want some coffee?
Oh, wait just a few seconds here. Did you bring the paper in?
No. Fell out in the tree.
Interesting to find that thing again this morning. I'll be out there to look for it. I'm going to take it to work with me this morning.
Okay. Everybody hurry. We're all late.
Okay, hon. Gotta go.
What time is it?
It's 23 after. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Denning. Denning, bring me the fine hour cost report of the detachments, please. Yes, sir. Have you heard about a carrier deck for Detachment 42? We have to carry one of those on a pilot show. Right. I talked to 124 this afternoon. It's all set up. Denning, I'd also like to have the training and readiness manual, the air pack booklet. Yes. About this high. CEO would like a cross-country to Alameda this weekend, Bob. Can you make sure that we get that on the calendar? Oh, gang, I have to go fly. I'll be over at 124 for an air refueling hop if I get any phone calls. Tell them to call me at 3382, that's the SD. Okay. Before 10 o'clock. What's up to?
I'm getting ready to go up and fly that mosaic up at China Lake.
Oh, yeah. 30,000 feet?
Yes, sir, and it's a big one, too.
You're not going to be able to do it in one hop, are you?
Oh, no, sir, it's going to take about 4. There's 27 flight lines, and each one's 50 miles long.
Good. Well, you can spend the rest of the week doing it. This is your project for this month.
Okay. Oh, where? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing. Hammer, hammer, hammer. Have you flown this T2 yet? Or what? You better. Oh, okay. I don't believe it. Oh, that's not so bad. 3, all right. 3, 3.
Hey, wait a minute.
3, 3.
How many are you taking? You taking 6 threes or 6? One covered.
Oh, come on, will you? Give me a break.
I didn't really want that one.
This is gruesome.
Maybe the most good one. And we'll go up via L.A., the Bakersfield, into the initial approach base. More, L.A., Bakersfield. Right. Okay, then what we'll do, we'll shoot a GCA up here at Lemoore to miss approach to BFR, and we'll cancel out if we can, and we'll give you the lead here, and then we'll head on back down here. Okay, if you got enough fuel left, how about going out over the ocean and doing it?
Hi, Mike.
Morning, sir. Well, we got a few extra minutes this morning. Before we go, let's talk a little bit about a few things that might come up sometime. Let's run over a hydraulic problem airborne. Why don't you run down a little bit on a utility hydraulic failure?
All right, sir. Well, the utility hydraulic failure, your main concern is going to be getting your gear down and your wing up.
Right.
First of all, okay, then get your tail hook down. That'll be your first consideration. You're going to be making an arrested landing anyway.
Let's see what flight department. Have you flown this yet, Tim?
No,
Just probably like the same as the Seaview 4, but they have to consider this new altitude restriction here.
2,000 feet.
Right. Should be no real problem.
Hey, John. Morning, sir.
Anybody see that football game last night?
I was at the duty. I didn't get a chance.
Man,
that was some game, I'll tell you. Really.
Thanks.
Where'd you learn this game?
Of course. Inspiration. You're going to be making...
Watch that one.
On my wings, you'll be able to check everything out as
Don't believe that. See? Huh? See what you did?
Tickets to this Packers game next Monday?
Gentlemen, would you please be seated for the brief?
Our mission this morning is to requalify an in-flight refueling. We will also have Jim Roberts from VFP 63 flying with us to take photographs of the operation. The flight will consist of 11 fighters, 3 tanker aircraft, and the photo aircraft.
Miramar provides skilled carrier pilots and crewmen, seasoned in the art of maneuvering high-speed jet aircraft from the tossing deck of an aircraft carrier. Miramar's most important reason for being is to train graduate aviators, radar intercept officers, and enlisted air crewmen and maintenance men as working teams.
Book on 937, please. Good morning.
Morning.
My airplane? 937? Oh, good. Geez, I don't even have any gripes on it. When is this flying? Okay, set. See when we get back.
Thank you, sir.
Well, boy, somebody left this one tight.
Long flight today, sir?
Well, about average. About a 2-hour jobby. You pre-flight this airplane?
Yes, sir. I sure did.
Good.
You
Just like the personal touch.
You like your love today?
Yeah, thanks. If you get a chance,
Right.
plug my DC hose in back there. Okay, and we'll take a little bit of AC tire when you get him set up. Go ahead.
Long-range missions often require rendezvous with the gas station in the sky. Traveling at high speed, thousands of miles out over the ocean, pilots depend upon this air-to-air refueling service station to extend their range for the return to the carrier. Refueling at high speeds is difficult during ideal weather conditions, yet Navy pilots must be capable of performing this task under all weather conditions, day or night. Hours and hours hours of practice make this appear to be deceptively easy, but pilots concur it's the most difficult feat in their flying experience. During this touch-and-go exercise, pilots sharpen their skills at simulated carrier deck landings on Miramar's runway. In reality, they must hit the target, no bigger than a basketball court. Below is Miramar, minutes by air from San Diego. But in pony riding days, Miramar was a long way away. Today, this distance has vanished, and population and growth expansion have all but merged the two, save for the untamed hills and valleys surrounding Miramar's runways. Fortunately, the Navy fighters are small and powerful, capable of climbing quickly, making sharp turns to avoid these new populated areas.
Miramar GCA, this is Papa 9037, 10 miles west of 2000, request GCA landing, over.
Papa 9037, radar contact 8.5 miles from touchdown, final control. 937, roger, hear you saying. 937, went on final, if no transmissions received for 5 seconds, take over visually. Unable, continue with attack and approach or execute a missed approach. Acknowledge. 937, 6.5 miles from touchdown, you're on final, do not acknowledge further transmissions, approach in a glide path, begin your descent. On glide path and on course. 243, the assigned heading, center line straight ahead. On glide path holding, 4 miles from touchdown. Turn left heading 240. Going below now, slightly below glide path. It's slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path and coming up on glide path, 3 miles from touchdown, transmission brake. On glide path, 240 the assigned heading, 2.5 miles from touchdown. You've been cleared to land runway 24 right. The wind's 330 degrees at 6. On glide path holding, passing over landing threshold. Over touchdown, spark standby, contact the tower 315.6, final.
These pilots can fly and land at Miramar, placing their faith in the skilled radar controlmen and the men who are trained to maintain complicated aircraft systems. Sailors are trained at Miramar in the crucial tasks required to ensure that aircraft are maintained in a safe condition. This training includes all aircraft components, from jet engines to intricate electronic equipment. "83 miles of roads and streets pass by thriving shops and stores, plants and laboratories, homes and hotel-like dormitories, classrooms, a medical clinic, gas stations, a post office, and a church. Many other federal, state, and county government agencies and universities occupy buildings on the station. It's populated with close to 9,000 Navy men and their families, and more than 1,600 civilians who are citizens of our community. The actual value of Miramar to the nation is in the neighborhood of $500 million. The utilities used at Miramar, the gas, lights, water, telephones, fuel for vehicles and aircraft, they all contribute to the economy of San Diego. Miramar continues to grow and to expand. New construction sites dot the station. Modern buildings rise, all according to an approved master plan which extends into the indefinite future. The Red Barn, with its nostalgic look of the past, stands at the center of the Naval Air Station and provides the men and women with a modern recreation center. Empty land at Miramar plays an important role as part of the Open Spaces program. Ecologists have said it is necessary to counter the growth of population with open spaces to maintain a balance of nature. Well, to this theory, Miramar provides 6,500 acres, housing a wildlife preserve for the protection of birds and animals, providing a buffer zone between air operations and new housing areas near Miramar. Well, today, Miramar's Marine Horse Guards saddle up and patrol the perimeter of this wildlife preserve, covering trails once blazed by the doughboys in the early 1900s. Their uniforms maintain traditions with the past. Keeping with its tradition and long history, Miramar will continue to serve our country, training the men who will help preserve peace for future generations.